Oh hello, I didn't see you there. Of course that is a lie, I just set up the camera and started recording audio with this old smartphone. Today we are going to do a deep analysis into the monstrosity that you guys forced my screen to display. Of course, I am talking about the Rina X Luzon fanfiction. This is where everything started. In the opening part of the story, Luzon is introduced as a socially awkward anime enthusiast who finds comfort in fictional worlds. The text even describes his thought process. Real girls? Too messy. Fiction was safer. After going out to an art fair, he comes across our deuteragonist, Rina, who, after introducing herself to our protagonist, invites him to the stables. I mean, I wouldn't invite someone I just met to my workplace, but okay. Luzon's visit to the stables marks the beginning of his discomfort with the real world, surrounded by environments that are foreign to him, like you guys and good mental health. Despite his awkwardness, Rina's welcoming nature helps him navigate this new space. Luzon's willingness to venture into unfamiliar territory demonstrates the first sign of his personal growth. The story describes this growth as tiny cracks in the walls he'd built around himself. In this part, we see how the visit to the stables left a mark in our protagonist's mind, as he is thinking about Rina and the stables more than he wanted to admit. The usual sounds of his anime waifus are less fulfilling than usual. That's when he decides to visit the stables again. When Rina sees him, she teases him by asking if the horses managed to beat his anime girls. Our protagonist, of course, refuses to admit this. He says that it's nice to see the real stuff again for his fanfictions. In this part, we also get some backstory for our protagonist. Not much to tell. I stay home, watch stuff, write. I don't exactly live a real life, if that's what you mean, he says. As our protagonist walks home, he wondered if there was more to the world than the safe, colorful fantasies he'd always clung to. Luzon's attempt to impress Rina by sketching a horse showcases his vulnerability. Despite his lack of artistic skills, he takes a risk to make a connection. Rina's positive reaction reinforces Luzon's growing confidence and his realization that it's okay to be imperfect. And also, I know this story isn't about me, but I think that this is wrong. Luzon is perfect in every way imaginable. This part highlights how Luzon is learning to embrace his flaws and step outside his usual self-imposed limits.
We Saiyans have no limits. Let's charge together at full power!
While walking with Rina, our protagonist decides to ask her if she'd like to watch some anime with him. Luzon says he could teach her the ways of superior entertainment, suggesting cute anime marathons. This is where we fully establish Rina as the love interest in the story, as she calls our protagonist adorable. Shocked, Luzon starts blurting out whatever comes to his mind. I guess, yeah, you could say that I'm super cute, but you know, not in a cringy way. I'm like totally chill guy, you know? We have reached peak awkwardness. The part ends with Luzon realizing he found the best waifu in the world. Guys, this is some really cringe shit, I can't... A pivotal moment in the story occurs when Luzon decides to let go of his fictional waifu. This decision symbolizes his acceptance of reality over fantasy. It's a powerful turning point that shows how much he has grown emotionally, finally confessing his love for his deuteragonist. And of course, she accepts. But I'm getting sidetracked. Let's move on to part... While painting a never-mentioned-before mural, Luzon says that he spent years hiding in fake worlds. After being questioned about how he feels now, our protagonist tells Rina that he's scared of these new feelings. He doesn't know how to handle real life. He decides to stay with Rina because he feels hope now. This part and the next one are like a single one. That's why I'm going to cover them in the same segment. We see how far Luzon has come from the introverted beta character he was at the start to an introverted beta character with a girlfriend. Anyway, they kiss and they declare a love and they finish the mural that we still know nothing about, and that's about it.
I'd rather be